The group Abandon Biden was responsible for organizing uncommitted delegate votes against Joe Biden during the primary. They're here in Chicago at the DNC and held their own competing event just blocks away from the United Center. I'm joined today by Kevin, an uncommitted delegate at the DNC, who tells me he plans to vote for Donald Trump in November in protest. Kevin, just walk me through this, because this is the first time I'm hearing this from a pro-Palestinian protester.
This is purely a protest for the Democratic Party and their platform. And historically, on either side of the aisle, whether it's Democrats or Republicans, we have no friend for Palestine. We already know this. I think Donald Trump is going to be better for America. Donald Trump historically was less hawkish on war, and I'll take my chances there.
So have you guys been in contact with the Trump campaign? What do you think a second Trump administration's policies in the region would look like, and would that be better or worse than the current administration's?
So, no, we have not reached out to the Trump campaign. They have not been in touch with us. We have reached out to the Harris campaign, and they have ignored us. In regards to what a potential Trump term may bring, we don't know. Maybe it will be worse. But we do know that the people who have been silent and complicit as the massacre that we've seen take place under a Democratic administration would not be silent under a Trump administration. And I would ask, what could possibly be worse than what we're currently seeing now? What is possibly worse than people who 10 years ago their red line was genocide, and now their red line is no longer genocide? What
do you think would be different about a Trump administration?
Oh, it's all going to be bad. There's no good answer here.
So this is a zero-sum game,
this
essentially.
This is a zero-sum game. We have seen too many dead children, and the whole world has seen too many dead children in 4K for the last year. There's no winner here. There's nothing good that's going to come from this. The only thing that I've seen over the last 10 years is the only time that Democrats actually fight is when Republicans gain the administration. So we might actually see a left resistance. I'm not counting on the Democrats, but I'm also not counting on the Republicans.
Obviously, you guys were formed to protest the Biden administration's Israel-Palestine policies. He is no longer the Democratic nominee. Why go forward with this week's convention here in Chicago?
So that's a very important question. Abandon Biden doesn't just restrict itself to Joe Biden. Abandon Biden extends to all those who have enabled, supported, backed Joe Biden and his destructive policies. We want to send the message that we're not trying to individualize the evil that we've seen these last 11 months. It's not solely Biden. It's the entire machinery and apparatus that stands behind Joe Biden.
I have no faith in Kamala Harris. I have no faith that they're going to do anything without pressure. I have more faith in Algeria at this point. I have more faith in other countries to go in and actually do something. I don't have any faith in the United States government to do anything, nor do I have faith in any words that they say. Their words are very hollow at this point.
Who rejected the two-state solution? It was the current Biden-Kamala Harris administration. 186 countries recognized Palestine as an independent state. When it came to vote in the Security Council, it was the U.S. vote that put a wrench into the two-state solution.
We don't believe anything they say. A full weapons embargo and Israel out of Palestine would be nice.
That would be nice, but it seems like you would need third parties to move Palestine to its own sovereign nation, a two-state solution for those at home if you're not paying attention.
One-state solution, Palestine. Israel's gone too far in the paint. They're a negative ally at this point. They're not an ally. They're a negative ally. 1 million people dead, 2 million people dead, it's not okay. The state of Palestine was legally colonized 75 years ago. We need to go back to the state of Palestine. The UN actually said that the state of Palestine is legal and that Israel and all its settlers need to get out of Israel, and that was not even 2 weeks ago.
Just for clarification, you're saying yourself and the group are opposed entirely to Israel as a nation?
This is me speaking for myself. Okay. I do not speak for any group. I do not speak for anybody but myself. As an Irish person, I understand 900 years of oppression. There's no negotiating with terrorists. There's no negotiating with your colonizer, your occupier. They need to leave. They've gone too far.
My objective as a Palestinian American is we need a one-state solution where both Palestinians and Israelis could live in the same place. I mean, why reinvent the wheel? We live in this model right here. Everybody is protected under the rule of law. Your religion is your own. And go do your thing, but we shouldn't be killing each other. This needs to be stopped yesterday. This should have been stopped 10 months ago.
At a press conference, the group announced that despite internal conversations, they would continue campaigning against the Biden administration and transformed into Abandon Harris 2024.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
Reporting in Chicago for the Washington Examiner, I'm Christian Daytalk.